When the path forward is unclear, be patient. But when it's clear, run like hell. And it made me imagine like you're like walking through a forest and it's like dense bush and you're like, you gotta be patient with your steps and like take a step. Make sure you're not about to step on a snake, make sure you're not about to walk through some poison ivy. But then every once in a while you'll hit a field where you can see the other side and it's just, and you just, blah, 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 blah.
This feels like the field right now. I'm in the field right now.
Exactly.
Not money-wise, I'm broke.
Same.
But, you know, we're gonna figure it out. That's what
Same.
this is for.
Yeah. We just finished recording a hit song. It should come out in a month.
Yeah, I was gonna say June 12th. I think
You
that's
haven't
what we
announced
said,
that
right?
to anybody, have you?
I have on Snapchat, but that's about it.
Oh, that's fine. We're gonna try to stick by that, but it's a crazy, crazy song. So
Insane.
I want to give them some backstory as to like how we. I mean, like I think I followed you like way back. You had I think like maybe 2 to 5K followers on Instagram.
I think so.
I don't know. It was back when you were doing a lot of the more like rap stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And I was like, this kid's dope. For sure. And I was like, we're missing a lot of this. A lot of that style of rap is not super popular.
Yeah, because I was
for artists these days.
I was doing some like old school stuff, but I also mixed it with like modern rap, so switch it up a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. No, I definitely appreciate that. And then you made the transition to pop, and it's like, oh, careful.
Yeah, it's crazy because everybody told me, don't do that. Why would you do that? Why would you change your name? And directly after that, months later,
what was your name before?
It was J2 Breezy, dude.
I remember that, and I remember like the vibes being purple. I remember
it was.
I associate it with the color purple.
Yeah. I remember. I know it.
I don't know why I
exactly
associate
what
it
picture
with
you're
that.
talking about.
But yeah, that's crazy. No, Jayden Manis is 10 times better.
Yeah, and did I ever tell you
times.
like the meaning behind the last name? Like that's not my actual last name.
Oh, it's not?
Nah.
What's
Manis is, so it has multiple meanings in Greek, but one of them is independent. And I'm like an independent person. I hate people telling me what to do. Like.
And ultimately, you're going to stay an independent artist, taking over the industry with your little team of ultimate power.
Yeah.
And capabilities.
That's what I'm saying.
So I stand by that, bro. So interestingly enough, on that note of independent, is the way you and I started like actually talking and communicating with each other was I've worked with people up in New York that like recruit artists for record labels, and they're always looking for new talent and want to take people to Sony and Columbia, which Sony owns Columbia. Sony owns every record label. If you look into it, they're all Sony.
We're recording this on Sony. They own everything.
Yeah. No, they make the best cameras. They make the best microphone is a Sony C800G.
Yeah.
Best mic.
They have,
to a
like,
degree.
The best electronics.
Movies.
Everything.
Everything. Wow. That's lit. No, I love Sony, but you know, when companies get that big, you're like, they know something. They're like trying to take over the world, not just like provide dope products.
Yeah.
They're trying to like
because they're like doing it in every aspect. Gaming consoles.
Yeah.
Well, they've been doing that for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so I was showing him to my previous manager, because I signed a record deal with these guys. They worked with Linkin Park, Nelly. I worked with an engineer who worked with Tupac. Basically, they were like, the industry is really small up at the top. They all know each other. And I was showing them Jayden's stuff, and they were like, let's do it. Let's take him to Sony. And to me, that sounds so cool, like walking in there. Look what I found, this thing. I got this one makes cool noise. Let's take it to Sony.
No, that's actually crazy.
And we were like, you were like a go with it for a minute too. We were like,
yeah, I was cool with it. I'm not gonna lie, it seemed dope. But like, it got to a point, because like I said, independent. I just don't like people saying you need to change this about what you're doing. You need to change that, and that's when I was like I just got this gut feeling that wasn't the way I was supposed to go. Yeah,
and that's the way it should be. But yeah, I mean, that's what's gonna happen if you want to go work. If you want to go sign a record deal, you're gonna become an employee with a boss.
Yeah,
it can be a totally cool life, and you can outwork the label. So if you're providing, if you're pushing faster and harder than the label, you're providing more content than they're asking for, you're making so much dope music.
Yeah.
You have the leverage. Now you're the shot caller.
That's why I feel like it's better if you are going to go the record label route, don't do it when you're small. Because when you're small, they hold that power over you.
Yeah.
Rather than when you already have that base for yourself, you already have the numbers, you already have the attention on you. It's like, you need me, I don't need you. Like, I'm going to do it with or without you.
Yeah. It's scary. And so one of the scariest things that a record label can do is shelf you. It's something they intentionally will go find artists that sound similar to their artists. And they will sign you to a record deal and shelf you to where you are now locked in chains and can't be an artist anymore because they're protecting they want to have the only person with that sound.
Yeah.
And that's scary. And that's where it's like cutthroat is like, these people aren't musicians. A lot of them are, but these guys in suits are like, they're businessmen. They're playing their different game of chess.
Here's the thing, they don't care about music. If you look at the music industry these days, anybody's doing it. Anybody's signed to these record labels. It's not about them being like, wow, this person genuinely has talent. It's, you're an ATM machine to them 90% of the time.
Yeah.
Like, they see you're making money, or you're going to make them money. They don't care. Those people in suits aren't.
It's
I
scary.
highly doubt they even listen to you, realistically. They're looking at
They have
your
a team of
numbers.
people that give them the thumbs up to go have the conversation.
Yeah.
It's like that, and it's scary. But I'm like, as soon as I remember the phone call where you told me, I don't think I want to do it, and I was instantly like, yeah. I mean, the second you mentioned that, it's like, then you absolutely should not.
Yeah.
Because you'll become wealthier doing it yourself. You'll have control over your time. You'll have control over what you provide to your fan base. When you want to put on a show, you'll pay for it out of pocket at the venue, and it's more meaningful. You're going out of your way to be there for the people that support you, and it's long-term money. You're now a business owner of your brand.
And I feel like a lot of people underestimate what you can do as an independent artist, because I think Russ, I'm pretty sure, I know he's independent, and I'm pretty sure he went platinum, and he's an independent
No, that
artist.
dude's made insane money.
Yeah.
So he has signed deals with record labels, but it's like a release for this song, release for that. Like,
I feel like that's a whole different.
That's
a whole different story, because it's like smaller things. It's not like a whole 360 deal that could possibly mess up your whole career. It's like, it's a lot different when
he's like we'll collab with this record for this single, this album, whatever. And that's dope. That's really dope, because now they're just a tool to him. And that's something that's like, we all want to be a part of that. And even as an engineer and producer, it's like, I don't want to work with, if you work with an artist that is with a label, they're the ones that are telling you the revisions for the song. They're the ones that are going to be nitpicking it and all this stuff. And it's like,
that's another thing with me, is I don't realistically think, it depends on the deal, right? Because most record deals are trying to get you for your money, and they're bad. Like, realistically, most of them are.
Yeah.
But there are some that can genuinely benefit you. That's not every record deal you're going to get, but most of them are.
Right.
But the thing is with me is the amount of anxiety I get already just from doing it myself. Like, I can't imagine having to make an album, because I watched a Louis Capaldi documentary. He said you have however long to make your first album, but after your first album, you have to live up to that momentum, because he had a hit album. Like, all of those were hits, dude. And his next one, he was like racing against the clock. They have like 6 months to a year to get it out, and not all of your songs are going to make that album.
Yeah.
So they're telling you like, nah, this isn't it. So a song that is really true to you and you think has potential, it doesn't matter, because they have to clear it.
They don't think it'll look good on the brand, on the name, on the on the wallet.
And that's how at that point, that's when you know they have control over you, because it's like, you're not putting out what you want to make. You're not putting out how you're genuinely feeling.
Yeah.
And like, how do you even have fun that way?
Right. No, I'm good on that. And it's too much it's like, so the reason a record label's a thing You got to realize you got to go way back in time to what all this, we're all working off the past. The record label had to be there because you had to have financing for all the merchandise, the printing of your records, the actual, you know, the distribution of your CDs, all these things. You know, you couldn't just hop on Instagram, go live and sell 35 tickets to a
it's just a lot
concert.
different now. Because back then, you couldn't do that.
Now all the record
needed a
label really
label.
has is they can show your song to the right people and give you a lot of money up front, which you owe back.
Yeah.
You will not start profiting until that money's paid back to them.
And if you don't pay it back, GG's. You're done.
BG's, bro. BG's. Yeah. So I know, like, have you always, like, I've noticed you don't cuss much in your music.
No. So I used to a lot.
Yeah.
But it's like more about the image I want to put out, because music for me is like, I put it into the perspective, who's hearing it, right? Because there might be some adults that are like, obviously it depends on the context, like I'll cuss sometimes in my songs.
Yeah.
But like if it's negatively impacting somebody and it's like a child listening to it, you got to think about like what that starts to put in their head.
Yeah.
Because like if a child was listening to New York drill music every single day growing up, they're going to start doing New York drill things. Like running around with shiesties on and every op shot.
It's terrible. No, that's something I'm big on. And like, I don't like, you know, this is something that I feel like potentially irritates a lot of people. I don't even want to work on stuff that it's like sending negative energy into the world. And like the biggest thing I'm scared of, you know, I had a kid at 18 years old, he's 6 years old now, is like, I want something that in 10 years from now, I can show him and be like, this is what I was making at the time. And it's living the number one way to parent, in my opinion, is live the life you want your kid to live. They'll just look at it and be like, oh, that's how you're supposed to go about it. But besides the point, and it's another thing, it's like people, it's a pride thing really, is like kind of like everyone cusses, just cuss. And I remember when I first was like, I'm going to stop cussing, my friends were like, why would you do that? It adds such an intensity. It's like, no, you cuss when you don't know the English. Your vocabulary is not big enough to say the right words.
That is
It's
true.
a filler word to say. I have no idea what to say.
Yeah.
It's like, so I went and shout out Mikey from Seventh Time Down. It's this super big Christian band, and we went out to his place to record and work on music in Kentucky. And I had a song where I said bitch one time. That's the only cuss word I said in full 3.5 minutes. He's like, you really want the song to be explicit for one single word? And I was like, no.
Yeah.
He's like, think about this. How many more people will be able to listen to your music if it's clean?
And
parents will want their kid. Yeah.
And it sounds good.
Yeah. Parents will want their kids to hear the music.
And when it comes to explicit songs and stuff, that not only is limiting your reach, because you're not getting that younger audience,
which is a huge portion of the world.
Dude, and like that younger audience is the most important thing, because once people start like that younger audience, you have them locked in. As they grow up, you're a part of their childhood, basically.
Yeah.
Like, you were a part of what they were listening to as a kid.
Right. And you don't want like nothing's more obnoxious than the clean version of a super explicit song. They're playing it like sports games and all these places. It's just annoying.
Yeah, and not only that, it's like it does expand your vocabulary. It makes you think harder when you're writing. Because like you could be like, what the but like everybody's doing that.
Right.
Number one. Second off, it makes you really think like, what can I make sound good from what I'm working with?
What's a cool word that's satisfying to say and hear and is creative? That's like the whole thing that you're trying to like search for in those moments.
I thought you were asking.
Oh, no. No, definitely not. I don't want to hear that. I'd rather hear some curse words. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Stop. Everybody calm down, everybody. Calm down. So that's super dope, and it's timeless money. It's like, it'll just go. You're not at a point where like you're sending these negative messages out into the world. Eventually people grow up.
Yeah.
Eventually people's values change. A lot of people have kids and like completely change their life course. you're going to fall off as somebody
Yeah.
that provides entertainment for them because you're so nichely in a negative world.
Yeah. That's like, sure, there's like teenagers rapping about all this gang activity and whatever.
Yeah.
But you got to also, that's putting your life at risk also as you grow up, because people will genuinely take that personally. That's
Yeah.
why you see, like PNB Rock, for example. He was a good dude, but he just started talking when he shouldn't have been talking. And that's what ended up happening.
Right, because, and then it's like I watched this documentary, you know, King Von?
Yep.
I watched this documentary about like all the people he apparently killed and all this stuff. And it's like the reason these guys, they'll blow up and continue doing that hood activity is because those are the people that they are established in the core of their memory when you're growing up. And those are the people you'll always care most about impressing. The friends you had when you were young, you're going to want them to see he did something. You know, your family members that were around at that time, you're going to want them to see I did something. That's versus like random people in the world. It's like cool, but it doesn't really mean something, you know. So that's why it's like it's hard for people to escape that life. And you look at someone like Lil Durk, he's like aggressively starting beef with any person he can. Not famous. Like if you listen to his music, it's like just names. And I killed yo homie. It's like, dude,
It's so
you
dumb.
got kids.
It's so dumb, number one. It just puts a target on your head because people will take that personally.
Yeah.
And it's dumb. Like, it's childish, but they will take it personally. And it's childish to even say that, but I'm not going to get into that.
Yeah, I mean, is what it is. I'd say that's a good, like, just kind of like touching on that subject because it's important. It's like, what is your legacy? Like, everything you're doing is, every decision you make casts a vote for one or the other version of you. The version of you that is on, you know, the side of, you know, filling the world with positive stuff.
Yeah. And it's like, even listening to it, because music, it's a spiritual thing for me. Very spiritual. It's like, that's why I think into it that much.
Right.
'Cause it's like, it can affect somebody in a positive way or a negative way.
Yeah.
And like, I think of music as energy, because if you put negative stuff into the world, you're transferring that negative energy onto other people.
And in a way that it's like masses are chanting it over and over again.
It's like so dark.
Right,
Like,
and
it's
yesterday,
so dark, dude.
I don't remember
like, seeing
when
the concerts and stuff. Too.
Yeah, I don't remember when we were talking about this. It might have been on the car ride home late at night or something. But I was like, if I wrote down on a piece of paper, I got drugs, I have a lot of sex, I shoot people for fun, I killed this guy's friend, and then I hand it to you, I go, check out my poetry. You read it, any person would be like, what the hell? Like this is demonic.
Yeah, seriously.
And
you
but
go to
if
an open mic and read that out loud, people are going to be like...
No matter who they are, no matter even if they're from that lifestyle. But when you put a cool beat behind it and you repeat it over and over again and it kind of rhymes, people are like, it's cool. My kids can hear it.
Yeah.
No, dude, that's even worse. It's got this like veil over it.
And even just for me, listening to that type of music, it just gives me this bad feel. I don't even know how to explain it. Like, it gives me this negative feeling. It's like...
And it's not, it's just the message. And I don't want to like, you know, I don't want to like offend people to the point where they're not open to the other side. But it is just the truth. Like, you are signing up for something you probably don't want when you provide that side of entertainment.
Yeah, because once you start providing that and you, per se, get a record deal, there's no going back if you have like a 360 deal, because that's all they want from you.
Right, and if you do try to make that transition over to something more meaningful, your fan base is going to see you as cringe.
Yeah.
They're going to see you as weird, because
that's another
the group.
thing with the rap industry, though. That's the reason I stopped rapping as well, was because of just the beef, first of all, the negativity. Like, I found so much more positivity, like, in comment sections and just talking to people.
Yeah.
And so much more love around pop music.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it genuinely affects these people in a positive way. These people want to hear something real. something that can actually, like something they can relate to.
Yeah.
Rather than rap music, they just want to have a good time, shake some ass, and go to the club. Like,
Yeah. And I mean, there's a, if you're one of the rappers that I know out there popping, you're doing this, it's like, I still love you from the bottom of my heart, from the bottom of my heart, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, that's your next song right there, bro.
my ears are bleeding.
So, I mean, it's like, all the guys I know would be, like totally hear me out and be like, I never thought about it like that.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's why I want to like record these conversations and put them out into the world. And that's what I want my channel and education to be centered around is like, yeah, we're here to make really dope sounding music, but we're here to deliver really dope, encouraging messages that fill a dark world with light.
Yeah.
Come on, like
Like,
that
it might
sounds
be
good
harder
me.
to get out into the world in the beginning, but once you do find your target audience, it just grows from there.
And it's gonna last long.
Yeah.
It's timeless.
It's a legacy.
If you need to step away, bro, if you need to take a year off, they're gonna
They're be there.
Yeah, versus it's like,
Yeah.
like who doesn't like? I literally have never listened to his music. Playboy Cardi.
Oh my.
I just kept seeing everyone like worshiping this supposed drop and stuff coming out, and I'm like, bruh.
It's ridiculous.
What? Posted with my brother.
Jeff loves
He get a
it.
mop?
Bro, that is the
Yeah, no, I can't.
most I'll start beef with these guys. I don't care. I say we'd be the first like pop team to go out there like guns blazing. Everything we just said, scratch it all. We're about to live that life.
No, we're not. Please don't shoot me. I'm from
Yeah,
the
maybe
suburbs.
don't get your pearls turned gold because chain snatching seems to be one of the
These are
biggest proponents.
$14 from Walmart, so
Good.
they can snatch my chain all they want. Let me know
Are you
how that
are
goes
you
for
if you get a lot of money, or do you think you're gonna wear it as like jewelry, something you like, gold and diamonds?
I would definitely get like a nice watch or something, but not until I'm like established. Because one of my things is a lot of like rappers or whatever, they'll get a record deal and go blow $100K on a big ass chain that spins in a circle like a spin the wheel.
Yeah.
It's just it's something stupid to me. Like, why?
Yeah.
You could buy something genuinely that's gonna benefit you, or like
Yeah.
save that money or invest that money.
So I think, a lot of people might be wondering, like, these guys, they don't have any room to talk about. But like you said, you came from being a rapper, and so did I. That's what I started out doing. And like I used to sell drugs and rap. Like, actually, I didn't need to be in that situation. I didn't.
Yeah.
It's not aligned with where I came from, who I am. It's just like what the people around me were doing and what was cool. And so I did it.
And you learn from it.
Right. And it's like, that's where we came from as artists. So it's like, that's where our knowledge we're not just didn't grow up goodies.
And I feel like most of the stuff I speak about with putting negative stuff into the world and like making music like that is because I've made songs like that. Like, I have experience. I know what it's like. And it's like, I know it's not benefiting me, first of all. It might get you some numbers, but it's not something that's lasting long. Like, you'll drop one song that goes viral talking about...
Yeah, imagine you're on your deathbed, bro, 85 years old, and your great-grandkids are sitting next to you. They're like, Grandpappy, we want to hear the music you used to make. And you're like, everybody, smoke all the drugs you want. Everything, roll it up inside a...
Yup.
I'm just gonna, that whole part is just the entire time. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the content grind. That's such a big part of the theme of this podcast is about money being mayhem, because that personal brand, Bitcoin might 10x over the next 5 years, but your personal brand is gonna 1000x.
Yeah.
Like, the best possible investment, and you can pivot at any point. I think I've said this in every single one of these episodes I've done, but if, this stuff didn't work out, which it's going to work out because I don't have a plan B, I went to go be a plumber, I'm bringing this camera and these mics
Yeah.
with me. And I'm about to be on TikTok.
You did say that. Yeah,
I
exactly.
always say that. But it's like, that's the truth. It's like, that's why you just got to turn the camera on
Yeah.
and build up that personality, because you can transition it at any point you need to. And so what was your, because you obviously have some pretty nasty success in that realm, especially on Instagram. What's your TikTok? Does that do good?
It used to, but I kind of lost their algorithm. So I've been trying to figure it out again. I've been trying to post like every day, every other day.
Yeah.
But the problem with TikTok is it's so all over the place. Like 1 minute a video will be getting, like all your videos will be getting 1K at least. And then it'll just drop down to 200, 200, 200. And you're like stuck down again. And it's so weird because I'm like building this for a month straight.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, my videos are getting 200, then 300, then 400. And it's like, I'm like, oh, like I'm actually getting somewhere, and it'll just drop off. And then it becomes this cruising altitude of like 200, 300, 200, 300.
Yeah, the TikTok one is weird.
It's like it's so unmotivating too, to like keep doing it, because it's like, it gets to a certain point where you're doing it for so long and you see no results. Like almost no results.
Yeah.
Whereas Instagram, they genuinely reward like consistency, because my videos I took a break before this year, and my videos were getting probably 50 likes, 20, something like that. And just the consistency and good quality videos, consistently posting them, like it started to get up. So now they're averaging like 200, 220, but like that's not bad. Considering it's like a post a day, a post every other day.
Right.
Like it's not bad at all.
What was that break you took? I did notice that. And it was right when you like peaked as far as numbers, right?
Yeah.
Didn't you hit 20K?
Yeah, I did.
What did it go
was,
down to during the break?
16.2. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, so I regained.
It's like you're holding water in your hands,
Yeah.
and like you're like, I just gotta rest for a second. Fingers start cracking.
Yeah.
It's like whoosh.
Yeah, but it's crazy because after I came back, I like regained 2K followers. So it's like starting to climb back up there, and that just goes to show they actually reward good quality content and good.
Right, because
consistency.
people are following, because social media is no longer social. It's just media. When I post a reel, I don't know what the hell my problem is. I get like 100 views, bro. And the reel we just collabed
I can tell
on.
you, like as somebody that's watching it,
What?
I feel like something that would benefit you as an engineer is trying to teach people like, but a dummy version. Like
That's the YouTube approach I've recently picked up.
I would pick that up on Instagram too. Like make it the most simple things, like the basics of how to like, I don't know anything about mixing, compress a vocal. Like, you know what I mean? Like something.
So, yeah.
So like something that sounds so simple to you, but to other people it's like.
Right. So that's been my
Yeah.
approach on YouTube, and I literally have a video out called
Yeah.
Understand Compression in 8 minutes, and it's incredible. You'll have to watch it. The hardest work I've ever put into a video.
Because I feel like there's a lot of. The group for engineers that have that knowledge already is small in itself. But if you target them and an audience that's like just getting into it, and
I'd rather target that audience, because there's a lot of people, you get up to a high skill level, you're going to talk back to the person, 3 people behind you. But there's not many people who have that really top level skill talking to the people at the very back of the line. And so, that's the pivot I've made on YouTube lately. And that's where all my focus is, on YouTube, dude. Like 100% of my focus is there.
And one thing that I found was doing relatable artist content was how I started my growth to 20K last year. Or the year before last year. I don't even know. I'm losing track.
So it ended up being a lot of independent artists following you?
Yes.
That's interesting.
It was, I would start off doing like these really short videos. It would be like, POV, you have to make it in the rap industry.
Oh, I remember those, yeah.
By next year. And it's like these small, funny, trending audios, and you just remake it into your own thing.
Yeah.
Like these videos would Some would just get like a couple thousand. Others would get like 300K, 500K, almost damn near $1 million.
Don't
It's
you
like-
have one at $1 million?
Yeah.
Plus?
Yeah.
That's
it's
crazy.
at like 1.3. That was like more showcasing me as an artist though, because it was like I'm responding to every comment or whatever with the TV on my oven.
Oh yeah.
But another one of the artists' relatable content got 700K, so that was pushing near there. But so when you do the relatable artist content, it's not something that's going to really showcase your work, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're just attracting those people. But what you want to do is you want to ride that wave and keep attracting those people. Then in your content plan, start feeding in those videos slowly of you teaching people and stuff, because you have the audience. They're there. You have the independent artists. You have the mixing engineers, because you've targeted them already. Now start feeding in your content. It's not going to pick up right away.
Right. Yeah. The biggest thing I noticed, this is like the craziest thing I noticed, right? So I started doing like tutorials, technical tutorials, thinking it was going to attract clientele. Mm-hmm. It attracts people who want to mix their own music.
Yes.
So they don't want your services.
Yes.
If I want to attract people, I would need to do that kind of like, almost like artist as an engineer approach, where my page is mainly me showcasing my work that I've worked on, doing cool skits, doing funny things like that. That's who is going to run into my videos from that situation. Like we talked about, I don't want to do that anymore. Freelancing style. So I do want to continue doing the educational stuff, because it's just fun having a little like being a little teacher online.
And I feel like a great approach for you would be, if you want to really teach, say you started a Discord server. It starts off small, but you get like beginner engineers, beginner artists, and they're all like bouncing ideas off each other. You have workshops, like online workshops.
That's so funny you say this, because I literally last week started a Discord.
Yeah.
I was
Dude,
like,
'cause
this is going to work.
You could have a stage thing where you're at the front of the stage. You have these lessons, right? Break it up into one day a week, and you just teach them something over time. It keeps people coming back.
That's smart. I didn't think about it, like kind of like online college
like
type thing.
Like online work, but it's free. Then, to make money, so you can actually monetize it, you could apply it to like more of a advanced version. Maybe include like a mix or something. I know you said you didn't want to do freelance work, so I don't know if that's something you would do, but you could have like a monthly plan with like all the advanced stuff, all these videos showing you how to do it, even like how to brand your page as an artist. Like, it doesn't have to be just mixing music.
Right, yeah.
Because if you look at your page, it's like branded very well. The colors fit very well together. You know how to do that. You know colors. I can tell.
I hope so, because colors are pretty dang cool.
Yeah.
They're pretty dang cool. Yeah, so it's like, it's all about creating something consistent in every avenue that you're doing. Is you have to pick your who before you pick your why. They always say like, what's your why? It's like, nah, bro, who am I getting the money from? Which of these people like that? And then I'll figure out,
Yeah.
So the craziest quote I've heard, and it's an interesting thing thinking about it from an artist perspective, like how you could, coach people in a certain way, in a certain kind of content fashion, or whatever it may be. But it's completely leaving I feel it while I'm watching the thought walk out of my head right now. It's just closed the door. Well, hope it locked it. No, okay. So like there's an avenue for all of it. Like, you could be. I remembered it.
You remembered.
Okay, so this guy said. Okay, so I was listening to a podcast. Shout out Graham Cochran, most firest dude ever in the entire universe. I love you so much. If you're watching this, just say hi, like whisper, like through the camera, hi. I love you. Anyhow, he didn't come up with this quote, but he said it on his podcast. He's like, "You're best fit to serve the person you once were." So like true entrepreneurship is, in its purest form would be like helping people get to a certain spot. They pay you to help you get them to a certain spot. And so who are you most empowered to do that to? Is the Jayden 5 years ago that was like, I kind of wouldn't mind trying this. It's like, imagine if you hopped on
5 years ago wasn't even. I was
3 years ago.
3 years ago, yeah. There you go.
There we go. That
Jayden
hits.
5 years ago didn't
But it's
even
like,
know he was
imagine
doing
if you
that.
hopped on the phone with, you know that guy Nick? He's the independent artist. He's got like the
Cannon.
big, thick beard.
Nick Cannon, Nickelodeon.
No, I don't know. But he's like, imagine how, if you hopped on a phone call with an independent artist with 1 million plus followers, super loyal fan base, like actively touring often. It's like, that they would look at your stuff and instantly tell you the most beneficial things possible, because they're where you would like to like step upwards to be. So it's like, everyone's valuable in that sense to provide their knowledge and skill set and wisdom. And that's something you should start like looking into, is like, just educating people. You already do that.
I feel like I do educate people, but I feel like I'm not good at sticking with being a teacher. Like, I'll give people advice here and there, but that's something I'd want to do down the road when I'm like more established. And it's like, okay, I got the music. It's like smooth flowing. I have a team, different people handling different things.
Yeah.
Then I'll have more time to focus on that. But right now it's like there's so much going on between, okay, you got to make music. You got to schedule this content. You got to put this together, shoot this. Like, there's just not enough time in the day to really, like, I'll give people advice, but I just don't have enough time, especially having a job.
Would you have enough time
too.
if they paid you $5,000 a month?
Yeah. Anybody would have enough time. Someone who doesn't even make music would act like they'd take every course on how to make music for $5K a month.
Yeah. But, no, I mean,
they'd
like,
take a YouTube video and be like, hey, I made this, watch this.
Yeah. No, you just like, I mean in the sense of like, you don't start by like taking clients on. You start by those thoughts that you have in your head about real stuff, like just pressing record and doing a raw video up on YouTube. And on YouTube, it's cool because you can playlist things. So you can have your music video playlist, your down to earth, playlist over here and stuff like that. And then people become, the coolest thing about YouTube is that new members feature, which I just unlocked, where people can join the membership of the channel at a certain price per month.
That reminds me of IG subscriptions.
Oh yeah, didn't that kind of flopped? I couldn't imagine. Have you ever signed up for somebody's IG subscription?
No, but I have a couple subscribers on
You do?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because once you have those dedicated people, it's like $5 a month, but you got to put it into perspective. Like, if you have 20 loyal fans or supporters that are subscribed to that adds up.
Yeah.
And the more people that get that $5 a month, it's cheap, right? But like, the more people that get it, the more money you're making each month. And it's like change to them is $5, but to you it's like adding up to more.
Dude, the thing is, on YouTube, like, you could send so many people would like want to just hear more from you, see more of you.
Yeah. And
that's the thing, is they're not paying for access to like a new level of your brain. They're just paying for more of you.
Yeah.
That's it. But like the Instagram subscription is like, what do they gain from that?
So you can upload exclusive content. What I'm doing with it is, that is kind of how I'm educating in a way. I don't have I have like one video on there right now, but I'm going to make more like editing videos and even like exclusive content going behind how I made songs and stuff. So it's more of like that behind the scenes aspect.
Yeah, no, that's a really good idea.
But it's like, I just don't care that much. I'm not going to lie. It's like, I just want to have fun with it and see where it takes me.
Yeah.
Because I know I was talking to you about this yesterday. It's like, you attract money. And if you're like scrounging for money, trying to put money together, it never ends well. Like, you might put money together, you might get a lot of money, but you're going to be miserable. Because like, you don't have a passion, you're just getting money.
Right, and it's like, quick money will also go fast because you haven't been through the trenches developing that character it takes to maintain it once you get it. Because if if I signed a deal and got $1 million cash, it's like, I hate to say it, but like the person I am now, I'd probably
Yeah.
Go buy a Lamborghini
too.
and a diamond chain.
I wouldn't say the diamond chain part, but I'd probably go buy a nice car.
Yeah. So it's like you just want, it's like God wants people to be put through like an authentic building process. You can't rush. It's like you just can't rush it. The number one asset is time. It's like if you're like, you know, sometimes I tell myself, oh, I'm about to make it next week.
Yeah.
Sometimes I tell myself it might be 5 years, but I'm excited to be the person that it takes to make it then.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a good mindset to have. Like, oh, it gets to take 5 years because I get to become better.
And like obviously sometimes it gets difficult. It's like we all have those moments where it's like, what am I even doing this for? Like it just starts to become a repetitive thing. But there's always like a point where it's like, oh, this is why.
Mm-hmm.
And like especially praying about that helps. And it's like crazy because it always gets answered. Like I'm like, what am I doing this for? Then I come out here and I feel like an artist again.
Right.
It's like it brings out that part. It's like I'm really doing this.
I know
like,
that feeling.
Like
so
I'm really
hard.
doing this. I'm on a plane going to
Isn't
Dallas.
it suck?
To do
It's like
all
either
this.
blazing hot, like, but I'm him.
Yeah,
bro,
I'm him.
or it's
And then
like,
I'm gonna go back home. I'm gonna be like, fuck.
this is, no, dude, I go through that so freaking hard, and a lot of the times it'll be like, I talked to you a little bit about those like, independent artists that, will send me crappy recordings and I'll mix it and I send it back and they hate it. I'm like, and it's on me, and it's like it gets to me. It makes me genuinely lose that grip of I can make really dope music. I can record and mix really dope music. But I'd say 60% of the time it's the opposite. I feel like I'm kind of like a fraud, imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
It's like I get it though. I feel like everybody has those moments in some sort of way. Like for me, it's not the same as you because you're mixing other people. I could never. Like one thing about me is like I've had people come to my house and record music and I hate it. Like I hate just sitting there and they're like, yo, can you do this? And can you do that? I'm like, just get the fuck out. Like you can go home, bro.
Yeah, I wouldn't say like recording is my favorite thing, but like I really am ready to do whatever it takes to make the song happen. So like that's my pure motivation.
And like everybody has a different skill set, right? Mm-hmm. So like this is what you do. Mm-hmm. This is your thing.
By the way, I'm going to start dropping music again because that's why I do any of this, is because I was just like you. Like I really liked recording and putting it out into the world, and then I signed that record deal. They had me take everything down. And,
I would never.
3 years pass, I'm like, well, I need money. I can kind of mix all right.
Yeah.
And that's the reason I'm in this situation, is I kept going with that.
Yeah.
But think about how it's all working towards this big thing. It's like, it's all these pieces that you need to have success, but each one takes a lot of time to develop. It's like when the Power Rangers have their own vehicles and they combine into one. It's like you have to spend time building each vehicle before they can combine and unite.
Yeah.
And they each take just as much time and attention. We're just so impatient.
Because you have the mixing engineer side down. So if you were to start putting music out again, you know how to produce.
Well, and so that's my plan, right? So, and that's what I was writing down there on my dream career vision board. Is like, okay, the number one thing I do, and I like, nothing is better than a day where you disappear into flow state and make a song, and like you're like, where the hell have I been all day? Like that's the best feeling ever. Like life is good during those moments where you're just like having a little bit of a headache because you're so freaking like laser focused on the screen. But so I'm gonna make and release music under my real name, Jackson Petty, and then Jackson mix it. I'm gonna use my music in my demos and educate people on the process.
That's smart.
Of mixing.
It's using that knowledge you already have and building more. That's really what it is.
So
yeah, definitely start doing that, dude. Because you already have like a solid foundation. Beyond solid.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Like when I was in New York, dude, like I was telling you, it was like the hardest thing I ever went through. That like slipping through my fingers.
Yeah.
Because I had a a 1-year-old son at the time. You know, it's embarrassing to have a kid that young. It's like the only thing I didn't go to even sign up for college. I didn't do any of that. The only thing I had going for me was I can make some cool sounds, and these guys are interested. I'm about to go sign a big deal. And when that fell through, like, oh my gosh, did it hurt, bro. It's like you cannot see what God is doing because he is beyond us.
It's beyond what we can process.
If you had told me, Jackson, this is going to fall through, this whole New York thing is not going to, you know, it's not going to work out, it's going to end up taking 5 years from this point. Bro, I would have lost my mind. But it's that delusion I've always had. Next week, bro. Next week I'm going to pop off.
You gotta work like it's going to happen tomorrow.
Right.
And eventually it will happen tomorrow.
Yeah. So I always liken it to that. You might have seen this on my Instagram. It's like that arcade machine with the coins.
I don't think so.
You've never seen it? It's like a big stack of coins, and this pusher's going like this.
Oh.
And you drop coins in and add a coin every time. It pushes a little further.
Back. Yeah.
That's the grind. You're adding coin and coin until eventually you're going to wake up one day and that whole thing is going to crash. Phone's going to be buzzing like crazy, just like getting checks in the mail, like finding what it's going. And then everyone's going to be like, overnight success.
And they're like, everybody says overnight success, he blew up within the first month, but they don't see like all these nights that you were genuinely struggling to even like continue doing this. Even now, like, sure, I'm not like some big ass artist. I have a solid foundation for myself. But like compared to when I started, oh my, like the people in my comments, it was just hate comment. I'm walking in school. I genuinely got trash thrown at me in school. Like they hated me, dude.
That's crazy.
Now the same people are listening to it.
Yeah.
Like I've talked to a few people who are included in that are now listening to it.
Bro, man, that just irritates me because I like the same thing over here. Is like went to high school and like it's just literally people would tell friends that I thought were my down to ride friends. Their girlfriends would tell me, "Yeah, my boyfriend was laughing at your music and clowning you."
They are, they're all partying, they're all smoking, they're all getting drunk every single night, and we're actually like focusing on something bigger than that.
Yeah.
Like they're going for short time pleasure and happiness. But it doesn't get you anywhere.
Right, and imagine like you know, my mom always tells me like work hard young because, you know, her being in her 40s is like, she's like, if I could have this time to enjoy life, it'd switch.
Yeah.
I don't think she necessarily had like a crazy 20 because she was a young mom, you know, like I was a young dad. But it's like when you invest that time with energy, when you have the energy and the ambition and the delusion to actually try when you're young, give up your 20s, like, bro. That whole thing is you're young, have fun. No.
And these are the times, like, at any age, like, I'm starting to realize, and what keeps me going is, like, one day I'm going to look back and be like, damn, that was, like, those were the times.
Yeah.
Because I know it's going to get far. Yeah. And I know when it happens, it's going to be bigger than I could ever imagine.
Right.
But it's like, in that moment, it's going to be like, damn, like, I miss that. Mm-hmm. I miss when I was just grinding every day and having fun with it.
Yeah. They always say
that's why
that.
I'm trying to, like, enjoy it more and just live in the moment and be like, like, this is it.
Yeah, that's what it's like. I always say you always miss the old days no matter how bad they were. Like, you always miss the smell of the air, the feeling of the whatever you were going through. It's like the feeling of the old days.
I'm gonna miss this. This very moment right here.
An associated like feeling of like the smell of the room, the look of outside. It's a little steamier outside. It's like all these things. And I think about the time, you know, when I was like, I call it my shirtless era. After the New York thing fell through, I had a son, terrible relationship with his mom. I was just in my mom's 2-bedroom apartment, shirtless 24/7 for like 6 months straight. But I was like every day just like breaking down, like punching holes in all the walls. But I think back and I'm like, I miss you think all you remember is the good times. Like when I'd go for walks and I'd ponder and I'd think in ways I wish I thought in now. But
you don't remember like everything that's...
Yeah, and the human memory is unreliable. Like it's very skewed.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know. I think, in both of our circumstances, the only thing to do is keep going. And that's the only thing that separates the people who make it from the people that don't. Not
Yeah.
talent, not, having money growing up, not having money growing up. The only thing that separates the people who make it and don't are the people that keep going, that do it when they, do it when they're motivated and do it when they're unmotivated. They have discipline.
Yep.
Okay,
That's it.
bye.